I'm going to show you how to throw together a really quick example of this wicking bed technology using some salvage materials that the community has pulled together and brought over here. So you got this container. It's important that your reservoir is watertight. So this plastic clear container works perfect for us. In the bottom of the reservoir, we're going to use this crushed glass. This was reclaimed from the landfill. They're happy to get rid of it. You can use peat moss, or not peat moss, pea gravel. Anything small that'll just help raise the level of the water up so you don't just have water down here. Now it's important that we have some sort of way like drainage once the water level has come up to here, because we're going to have soil on top of this. So real quick, I'm just going to drill a couple of holes just right at this line. That way we aren't going to be drowning our plants. Now we've got some burlap here. You can use a sheet, a t-shirt. Basically we're just trying to keep the soil away from the glass or whatever it is that you're filling your reservoir with. Just make a nice layer here. I've got this piece of bamboo, also something that was salvaged and given to us. You can use PVC. This is going to be basically our feeder tube. This is where we're putting the water in. So we want this guy to come right into our glass. And I'm just going to just put him in the corner here, move my burlap right around him. So this is the only part, this is what really makes it different from like a different bed that just has soil in it. The rest of this is super simple. I've got a soil and kind of a wooden compost mix I'm just going to throw on top. And John, you got something to plant in here? Yeah. Cool. And now we've been starting our seeds in starter trays. So we've got a couple of little seedlings that have come up. I'm just gonna and if it's really tight in there, once you pull them out of this starter tray, you can tease the roots a little bit, kind of let them know that, like, okay, you've got more room to breathe here. The plants like to be watered from the bottom up. So what we're going to do here is we're going to fill this guy up. Once the water line comes to here, the idea is that the plants are going to wick the moisture up. That's why it's a wicking bed. Water wants to go wherever it's not, even if it has to go up.
So this is an example of a wicking bed garden. It's basically a man-made aquifer. You've got a water reservoir underneath, separated by a line of burlap material and the soil above it. You water it through this watering pipe, and the water wicks from the bottom up. So the plant roots basically travel down to where the water is, minimal evaporation, and it's just a really simple technology that makes for really easy gardening. So what we'll do is we'll just fill up this watering reservoir with our hose until these, as this reservoir fills up, these overflow holes will then, the water will carry out of these overflow holes, and we know that our reservoir is full. Also, the purpose of these holes is so that if there was a huge rain, it wouldn't flood the whole bed. So by basically having this water reservoir underneath, it means that, you know, it's called self-watering, which in effect just means that it waters it as it's needed. You can see the water line is traveling up. It's almost at these drainage holes here. All right, and it's now coming out of the drainage holes, so we know that the reservoir is full. So from here on, the water will just kind of self-water as the roots systems dry out. The water will just continually to serve them with their fresh, clean drinking water. So basically, this again, it's a really simple technology that allows for productive gardening in drought climates, and makes gardening accessible and easy for folks who don't think that they have the time, or maybe who failed in the past. So, wicking bed gardens, wicking like candles that wick wax.